Welcome back to the Hebrew University NMR laboratory. This video is a little different, a kind of cross between LTT
What is up, everyone?
and wristwatch revival.
Thank you so much for coming along. This time on the bench, we have this really cool, interesting, very old
IBM compatible Minter PC XT from 1987. Recently the keyboard stopped responding and a replacement keyboard did not work. We have an old electronic lock on the laboratory door that uses magnetic cards. The registration of cards requires an RS-232 interface with voltages that have not been standard on computers since the 1990s. Therefore, the controlling computer is very old. For various administrative reasons, it will take some time before we can replace the lock, so we had to repair the computer. A big shout out to John Becker, who used to repair computers 40 years ago and told me how to fix this computer. The computer has two 5-inch floppy drives and a 20 megabyte hard drive. For those of you who do not remember, floppy disks were flexible plastic disks with a magnetic coating inside a protective envelope that in this model could hold 360 kilobytes of data. At the time of filming, the largest hard drive on the market is 28 terabytes, over 1 million times more capacity than on this computer. The first job was to remove the dust with compressed air. The keyboard started reacting but produced gibberish on the screen, so we had to investigate further. The next step is to remove the motherboard, but the drive casing gets in the way, so we must dismantle most of the computer, much like a vintage watch on wristwatch revival. Many of the components of these old computers are very static sensitive, so we will dismantle it on an anti-static mat using a grounded wrist strap. There are 3 boards mounted on the motherboard. We will start by removing the graphics card on the left. This is the biggest of the 3 and comes out easily. There we go. Put it down gently on the side on the anti-static mat. Then we move on to the hard disk I/O board.
This drive interface.
Remove the connectors, pull it out and put it aside. Find the floppy disk interface board.
This is for the floppy drive here. There's also disk drive interface.
Pull out the connectors. Pull out the board and put it aside.
Now I have to get out my motherboard somehow. Okay.
Disconnect the power supply from the motherboard. The plastic cover must be pushed aside to pull connectors out. A bit tricky.
Yeah.
Disconnect the speaker at the front of the motherboard. Most of the motherboard screws can be removed now. In hindsight, it might have been better to remove the drives first and unscrew the motherboard support posts from under the computer. Now pull the cables out of the back of the hard drive and unscrew it from the side. The drive comes out through the slot in the front. Next, unscrew the floppy drives from the side. We need to unscrew the mount on both sides. Now the top B drive is loose. We can disconnect the power and data cables and remove the drive. Now the bottom A drive. There are screws in the bottom of the case through 4 holes. Now the drive comes free and we can disconnect the cables and remove the drive from the front along with the mount. Finally, we can remove the remaining screws from the motherboard, examine the connection to the keyboard.
Let me see, that is... so this one... This chip here.
Find the keyboard UM82C88 bus controller, clean it with ethanol and Freon spray, remove it and reseat it.
This is the keyboard chip here, the UM82C88 chip. It is a keyboard chip. And gently just take it out. It's static sensitive, of course. So static. This is now out. Okay. Just clean it up a bit. And put the thing back in. I see. Let's go like that. And like that. Okay. Now it's solid in place.
Now we can start reassembly. The motherboard is mounted on 9 posts. It's easiest to start by screwing the posts into the motherboard with a rubber washer above and below the board, then screw the motherboard in from the bottom. Replace the drive tray, also screws in from the bottom. Put in the floppy drives and reconnect. The problem is that the upper data drive connector is labelled up on the side that faces down. Replace the boards and close the case. This is not shown because I had to troubleshoot from the disassembly videos. Turn on the computer, it goes through a RAM test, then tests and loads the hard disk. Now we can try the keyboard, and it works! I hope you enjoyed this video and learned more about the NMR lab at the Hebrew University. The NMR lab is a world-class facility that offers cutting-edge research and services in the field of chemistry. The lab has a variety of NMR spectrometers that can provide high-resolution structural and dynamic information on molecules and materials. The lab also has a team of highly experienced and friendly staff who can assist you with your NMR needs, from sample preparation to data analysis. If you are interested in using the services of the NMR lab, please visit our website or contact us by email or phone. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos about the Hebrew University NMR Laboratory. See you next time!